we feed the ego, or are we feeding the beast? It is John Cheplack coming to you on January 8th. So the first 7 days of the year are gone. And what I always like to do is reflect. What I like to do, more importantly though, is contribute. And I use the terms of high performance and elite and things like that. Everything is based in growth. And high performance is you doing better than you did yesterday, just a little bit more. Elite to me is someone that's improving on where they were, going to where they want to be. Just so I'm clear on that. Commitment is commitment. And when you stretch and you hit commitments and challenge yourselves, that's really, really impressive. So here we are. It is January 8th. It's about 4:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at my home in Las Vegas, and we have a group of leaders flying into my home with Kyle Whistle and Dan Beer for a 2-day video marketing playbook. If you'd like information on that, vidmarketingplaybook.com. You can get the playbook and the 2-day video recording. But I want to help you out right now at this point in time. A week ago, a month ago, you're looking at goals, you're looking at business plans, you're looking at declarations, resolutions, whatever they may be. It is part of becoming. Who do I want to become? And what's very interesting, as you look at declarations, as you look at a resolution, you look at this stake in the ground. I'm going to do X so I can be Y. It's really important to ask yourself, am I feeding the ego, which is not sustainable, or am I feeding the beast? The beast is hungry. The beast desires more out of life, out of business, out of relationships, out of that self. The ego just wants quick satisfaction. Let me give you a great example. Maybe you've experienced this. I experienced this for years. I'll take you back to one of the most challenging journeys of my life, and that was getting sober for 21 years. It was 9 rehabs, and I would go into rehab, and everyone would cheer me on, and I'd come out, and I was amazing, great, and because I was seeking to feed the ego. And you may sit here and say, well, I don't seek to feed the ego. Listen, it wasn't a conscious thing. There's this unconscious part of it. See, there comes a point as an adult where we have to, in personal life, in business life, then we have to, okay, if I want the next level, it's not logic. Like the first 7 days are behind us, okay, of the year. And so the logic is measuring, did I eat good? How does the scale look? How do the numbers look? Did I sell what I wanted to sell? Okay. But the most important part is, where am I at on an emotional level? See, what I share with people, I want to help you with this right now, is you've got to marry the head to the heart. The longest journey is from the head to the heart. The logic will give you the information, but emotionally, see, I've got the inspiration from things outside of me. I've declared it. People maybe jumped on a post encouraging me. But the thing to be careful of is the unconscious brain, the ego, it got a fix. Have you ever declared something out there, and I'm going to start X, and it's going to be amazing. Everyone rallied around you. You felt this massive high. And then you just kind of coasted away from it. That was feeding the ego. And so those are the things that I want you to recognize. See, people talk about, I want someone to motivate you. No one can motivate you, okay? Inspiration is something from outside of us that can stimulate our motivation, our choice. And that's why you've got to discern. Am I feeding the ego? If I'm feeding the ego, I'm an experience junkie. And what I mean by that is, I got the fix, okay? I got the fix. A lot of times, like, people will declare a transformation. I'm going to transform to X, or I'm going to do Y. If people take a look at the 75 Hard and things like that, which are great programs, why do they not complete it? Why do they miss a night or miss a morning or something like that? Well, part of it unconsciously to take a look at, well, things got in the way. No, I mean, there's an identity piece, and that's going way, way deeper. But the other part is, I'm in it, I declared it, I've told people I'm good. And that's not a conscious thing, that's an unconscious thing. And so the thing that you need to look at is, am I feeding the ego or am I feeding the beast? You've got to bridge the gap from the head to the heart. You've got to take a look at, what is it within me that is holding me back from consistency? What is it in me that's holding them back from these first 7 days of the year? Maybe I didn't perform, and not from a judgmental perspective. See, you've got to learn to be a third-party observer of self. See, this is the stuff that's from within. Validation is from within. Being able to be a third-party observer of self and reflect back on these first 7 days and measure without judgment, use it as a classroom and go deeper. Not just from I needed to be more disciplined, I needed to be more committed, I need to get more willpower. That's not enough. That's not enough. I need someone to do something outside of me. No, there comes a point. See, leadership is like this. Leadership comes here. And the challenge for many leaders when they get frustrated is they have to go here and it burns them out. No, leaders, you've got to know, you've got to stop here. It's all you can do. Now, if I'm being led, it's up to me to meet you here. See, there's leadership and there's self-leadership. What I want to talk to you about, and as I look at, because I'm sitting here in my own reflection at 4 something in the morning. I've got 4 coaching calls. I've got a 2-day event here at the house. I had completed 101 coaching calls this week. I got all my workouts in. That's not the I am wonderful. That's letting you know that I'm crystal clear. Flew from Baton Rouge to here. I'm measuring and reflecting because here's the thing. Validation comes from within, okay? So I need to look and reflect. Hey, listen, I want to read my own press clippings. Those are my press clippings. It's okay to do that. And you should do that. What did you accomplish? You know the mistake that we make is we focus so much on what we didn't. You need to have high focus on it, but don't judge it and use it as a classroom and look within, not outside of you. And part of that too is the identity. See, if I want to do what I'm going to do by 12/31/22, if I want to do what I'm going to do by 12/31/22, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I can't see myself as I am today. I cannot. I have to see myself. I have to create an identity of what I'm going to be, and I've got to live in it now. That's vision to me. Okay, stating and acting as you're going to be in the present tense. And so the thing that I want you to hold really quick, they call it the why, the big why. The why is so general. No, it's my heart. What's the thing that emotionally tugs at me? What's the thing that's emotionally holding me back? What is holding me back? Is it an old story? Okay. Is it my worldviews? I talked about this in an earlier post. Is it me judging others and being concerned about being judged by others? See, at this point in the game, it's all inside us. But watch this. Be careful. Careful when you watch many people. Listen, I don't want to stop you from keep trying. Doggone it. It took me 9 rehabs to figure this thing out over 21 years. Never quit trying to quit something that's really, really good for you. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to quit the habits that are getting in the way. And part of that is recognizing, we've had a family that was always overweight, so I'm going to be overweight. We had a family that was always poor, so I'm going to be poor. That's identity, right? That's your worldview. That's your life view. You've got to have that in line. That's that heart. You've got to connect that to what is it, without judging, that kept me from hitting the gym as much as I wanted to this week? What is it that kept me from eating the way I wanted to eat this week? What is it that kept me from showing, if you showed up at the highest level, so do I. I do. Okay? And just recognize, don't judge it. Okay? See how it feels, process that through. Ask yourself, what is it within me that's holding me back? That's personal responsibility. So you'll hear a lot of the principles that I'll share in numerous posts. I'll share it with my coaching clients. So the question I have for you today is, over the last 7 days, did you feed the ego or did you feed the beast? The ego got the fix. I'm coming out of the gates. I feel good. I've got a number. I'm telling everyone. Not that much time has lapsed. So, I'm fine. But then you just kind of, get back on that treadmill of life. Or did you feed the beast? Did you feed that hunger? Did you feed that hunger to create more amazing experiences for you, your friends, the people around you, the people that you lead? Did you feed it? Did you take those action steps? Did I do the logic? Okay, the numbers, the KPIs, hey, they're important, but they're worthless without the connection to that emotional part. And part of that emotional part is that self-responsibility. Part of that emotional part is that identity. So am I feeding the beast or am I feeding the ego? Feeding the ego is not sustainable. The beast, man, that thing is sustainable. It'll go for anything. Nothing can stop you. Feed the beast. Have an amazing second week of 2022. Be a witness, not a judge. Take a look back. at what you've done in the last 7 days. And remember this, you're going to have a bad hour, doesn't mean it's a bad day. You're going to have a bad day, doesn't mean it's going to be a bad week. You're going to have a bad week, doesn't mean it's going to be a bad month. Okay? It's going to happen. I want you to look at things from a body of work. But listen, here's the thing. You got to own it, and you got to connect with it emotionally. You got to have your heart in it. The heart chooses, the mind justifies. Have an amazing second week of 2022. It starts right now.